Boom, baby. What's going on? Oh my gosh. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, I touched on Palantir a few days ago. I don't know if anybody picked up on that stuff. Man, it's hot in here. Let's see here. What's going on? Boom, baby. Boom. Jack DeMond. Derek, CC, Matt, Miss Shelley. Very welcome for the help. Troy Hunt in the house. Juan Del Napper in the house. Miss Natasha. Oh yeah, Time and Glass in the house. Vineyard. Miss Diana. Thank you for asking about my dad, Diane. What's up, Josh Simpson? Mike Mullins in the house, son. There's Country Panther. Boom, boom, boom. I said Miss Natasha. Nash in the house. Frank in the house. All right. I'm really interested in, I don't know if you guys use Lux any. I'll use it every now and again on big charts, on big time frames. And it will give you a discount zone, an equilibrium zone, and then a premium zone, which is really nice on long-term stocks. It's telling you where the discount is. Like if you go back here and look at American Eagle, you'll see where it popped. Discount zone. So this is a nice little tool to have. I don't use it much, but I'll glance at it when I'm looking long term. Take a glance. Have I got, what window do I have up here? Here is Lux. There we go. Oksana, you held AMD, very nice. Let's get, there we go. Okay. A few things I'm looking at. Let me get set up here. TTD. Let me get the comments over here. This is going to be a long-term hold, long-term play if it holds my current lows, if it holds my current levels. Okay. This is why. One reason why. Right now, daily, oversold. This is one of my favorite plays. I'm watching 25 to hold on RSI. I will set an alert on my RSI just under at 23. If it continues to drop, if this continues to drop, I will cut somewhere here around 43.50, maybe. I might give it down to 43. The wick of this former candle, 43, so you could set a stop if you're in this with me around 42.80, 42.85. If you don't want to buy this yet, don't buy it yet. I'll start out with saying nothing I say is for you to buy, sell, or hold. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I am, however, a country bumpkin that knows how to chart a little bit. So I'm just buying shares on this right now. And I'm going to see, I'm just going to see how it holds. I've only got a small position as a placeholder, okay? If you don't want to pick this up right yet, it's okay. I don't have a lot of signs of reversal yet. It popped these last couple of days. I was up, then I was back to break even and down a little bit. So this is one I'm looking at long term. This is a historical level. When you go back through here, we are approaching those levels. 43 all the way down to about 39, okay? So this is like a good pickup zone for me. And if I get any kind of run back up to these highs, that's 100% run. That's up to previous highs. Halfway back, I can handle 50% anytime. If this goes back over these last highs up here, what is this? 46.35. This starts getting over that, I will consider taking some calls out 6 months to a year on TTD. So there you go. You got my levels. You got my plan. I would like for current lows to hold around $43, $43.40. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. All right. Let's hit serve. If you're new here, welcome. Look at that play, man. Look at serve. Let's check that out. Look at this bad boy today. Woo! Looky there, looky there. Man, oh man. Up to $13. $13. $13. You like jail nail? I love it. Matt, are you late getting here? I just said if it clears the recent highs, then I'll look into getting leaps out for 6 months to a year. Right now, I've just got shares. What's up, Lindsay Crisp? Mikey. Yeah. You know, TTD had a nice pop and a nice run, and then it just, Wall Street got a hold of it, and that was that. You know, that was that. So, you got to take it sometimes. That's why you control position size. Stuff like that, when you want to, you know, you can control those positions. Thanks, Jonathan. With shares, if you get those sell-offs like that on earnings, you can still get out of your position overnight. But with options, you can't. That's why you have to control options with position size. I took a hit on it too. I mean, just is what it is. I'm not got to spy yet, Sarah. Sourly Thor. This is a public video, so if y'all don't care, hit that thumbs up for me. Hit that like button. If you're brand new, if you wouldn't mind. What's up, Scotty? Hit the subscribe for me if you've not subscribed to the channel yet. That helps me grow a little bit every day, and I want to be a big boy and have a bunch of people on here to help. The more people that shows up, the more people I get to help. Right? I mean, to me, serve is looking great. If I go off the bodies of these previous highs, well, you can see exactly where we rejected today first. And I hated that candle. Man, it pushed down hard, but look, it just came down and stayed here with like opening range. Very nice comeback and ran the entire day. Let's go to a longer term look here on the daily. Nothing has changed. If you've been rocking with me on this one, nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. I've charted this the same way every single time. Here to here. Big cup and handle. Look at that. These break to the upside. We fought for support down here at 10 and then 9. We did get a dip down to 890. We've sold this move 2 or 3 times. Last time 50 or 60%. I want to say I sold again for 20-some% reloaded, and I'm still holding this. We're over 30. What am I at now? I just posted it a little while ago. 35% on this play right now. I am looking for this to go the distance. He's going the distance because when I measure this entire move here on your volume profile, I mean, this was consolidation that we had to get through. This is the top of the range. This is go time, baby. right there, like 1330. That's the, when we get over that, we're looking for this 14 to break. And then there's not much up here though. To me, we're already on the good side of the hump with this. You know, we're on the downhill side. If this breaks 14 up here, oh man, we're gone. Because there's not much up here. There's just not much up here to hold us. Not much up here to hold us back. The two big runs that it has had, look at this. Another one here. One dip and another try, denied, and then we've got this cup and handle. We get over this level, I will not be one bit surprised to get back up here between $21 and $24. That's very doable. Very doable. Along the way, we will take profits. So 16 would be an immediate target, the bottom of this shelf. $16. Perfect place to start profit taking. Okay? Right there. I feel you, Jaguar Nut. Yeah, I'm not dropping it anymore right now. It's you know, I can't blame anybody for taking profits, for sure. And it made sense too if you wanted to. It's no problem. That is the top of this range for sure. But I like the look of it now. I really like the look of it. We could have a flat day tomorrow. I don't know. We could. Doesn't look like any news got in the way. SERV Robotics. Call volume above normal on direct and directionally bullish. Bullish option flow detected in SERV Robotics Inc. with 18,725 calls, 1.9x expected and implied volatility increasing almost 5 points to 102%. These are September 25th, 13 calls, and 10/3, 12 calls are the most active. Let's check those out. Let's see what they're saying here. This is just on tip ranks. 9.25 and 10.3. So the 9.25 $13 calls. I don't see that. September. I don't even see that. Huh. Weekly $12 calls are the most active options with total volume in those strikes near 3,500 contracts. Can anybody explain that? Have they got their dates off? September. And 10/3 weekly 12 calls. Neither one of those makes sense to me. Oh wait, 10/3 makes sense. Are they just saying the September calls in general? of 2025. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so the September 26th. $13 calls are up. And the other ones was 10-3. Let's check these out for the $12 calls. Oh yeah, look at all the open interest on this. So if you're looking for a quick burst on this, if you're day trading it tomorrow, those 10-3 $12 strikes might be something you keep an eye on. Not enough time for the move I'm looking for, but you can see the open interest on these right here. Okay. I've lost my comments here. There we go. Michael Bennett, 45% on SERV. Mr. Spy. Hello, Lena. Going to be earlier again, so I'll try to be earlier. I'll try to be early tomorrow, Rays. Switz, when am I doing leaps on SERV? I don't know. I mean, mine are January calls. I'm not planning on buying anything out like March of next year or next summer. Not right now, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know, Switz. If we get that blowout move, I'll just have to monitor it, I guess. Okay, so there's SERV. Still bullish on it. Let's hit AMD. I called it this morning and should have stayed in it for a while longer. Look at that move. Look at that move. So look at this 1 hour. Anytime we get a sell-off like this in pre-market, I am looking for a rebound. So you need to put that on your chart. Now, here's what sold me on trying to get in this play, and I failed a couple times here because the first few candles toyed around. It did not lose. Here was that sell off. Look at this RSI all the way down to 5. All the way down to 5. So it popped. Guess what it did? It made a higher low on RSI and then regained 40, right? It did not make a new low here. It just tested. It basically tested pre-market lows, what it did. This is why I wanted AMD today. And yeah, it was a long time to hold it, but I think there was somebody in the chat here that said that they held it. So I think it was a great hold. If we if you bought down in here with me today, 152, just about 151.80. This finished 6-7 points up. That was a nice run today. Very nice run today. We got all the way back to the previous day's opening range and got stumped. Okay, let's throw 1 hour up. We are still sort of in a range here, guys. Right? We've tested these lows, 149, 149, 2 times. Now, if I can point you to something, look at this line. 149. Look at that. 3 times this has held. Okay. 3 times. 149 is support for right now. If 149 breaks, let's go to a 4 hour. I would about say 133 is on the table. But this was a heck of a run back today. I was looking for this bar at 145. This is what I've been waiting on. Didn't get it. I didn't get what I wanted, so I didn't get a swing play. Now I'm stuck waiting for breakout. If we can inch back up here over 162.55, all these highs back through here, see? And then the previous week high, 164.50. So these are my 2 big levels I am looking at. 164.50, 162.80. This is what I'm looking for. If I had that bottom on my radar, I'd have just bought this blindly today for a bounce. But I didn't, because you can't catch it all. So that's AMD breakout now. 162.80, 164.50. That's the 2 numbers for breakout. That's also your largest. Even if we go to the daily here, that's your largest. That's the POC from back here at this pivot low back in April. That's the POC. That's where we're hovering around at. And that's get rid of this one. So let's move that alert up to 162.80, right in there. If we get over that, I will consider calls, and it will be easy for this to get on back up here towards 180, 179.50, something like that, in my opinion. The daily is still above 40, but I don't like the look of it particularly. That rebound helped some. It didn't cross over. MACD is flat down here, just below the 0 line. So this can curl up right here still. All right. Keep AMD on your watch list. What else we got? Good job, CC. Nice, Albert. Nice. Good job, Rajdeep. Oh, Lord. Maggie, honey. What do you want? You're not going outside, girl. My cat goes crazy. You have to excuse me, guys. I'm going to look at hymns for you. Okay. I think I looked at hymns for one of my students today. Yes, I'll look at BBAI. Hang on one second. Oh, wow. When I looked at hymns today, it was about 54.80. This went all the way to 56.20. It's on breakout right now. Quit. Go on. All right. Previous. Hang on, guys. Maggie. Go on, girl. Oh man. I apologize. Okay, hymns. Daily chart looks fire. Why does it look fire, Mike? Okay, look at this RSI. Right? Gradually increasing. Every time it's gotten close here. We bounced on 50. Bounced on the signal line. Now we're busting 60. This looks hot. I would be fine taking position here, using a stop loss basically at 55. If you lose 55, you could vacillate here and drop all the way back to 52. So keep, if you didn't catch this, look, when you filter stuff to look for, you want to catch these plays down here. We regain the signal line and back through 40. That puts you in down here. Now you have to get breakout to confirm. And it looks like it is, and that's fine. Next resistance, 58. Over 58, this thing flies, in my opinion. 62. Then back to highs. Go to the weekly and look. Let's remove our drawings a second. Okay. It's a good buying candle on the weekly. Dwight, that's just the standard RSI, but I switch my take you a screenshot. Upper band, lower band goes 60 and 40, green and red. Inputs are default because I use 60 and 40. Okay. I teach a lot of this on coaching, but 60 and 40, that's my numbers. 60 and 40, baby. That's where the stock gets acceleration. Give me 1 second, guys. That's where the stock gets acceleration over those two numbers, or over the 60, under the 40. But that's where it also, when oversold, works through a signal line and back into 40. That's where runs start. That's where big runs begin to take place. Okay, sorry. So that's why I love these settings. And the weekly here on HIMS has a bit of a different story, so you need to get kind of out of this trend line. Okay? I think there's room here. I think it's leaning bullish on the day. There goes your thumbs down from the keyboard warriors. Oh man. Yeah, Ray, sorry, I had to step away for a second. So if this busts through previous week low or previous week high, you're running back up to highs, okay? There's no doubt about it. The month is still looking bullish. This has gotten like a level of consolidation here on your monthly. Right? 40 to 67. 40 to 67. That's been your range. So you can play, there's lots of ways to play these things, y'all. There's lots of ways to play these. Yeah, over the months, this has dissipated in volume some, for sure. Over your monthly look. Whereas when it was up through here, you were increasing your volume. These are longer time out. Man, it takes a long time for a monthly candle to play out, right? So, just you can play this on the daily. I think the daily looks bullish. Looks like it's ready for breakout. And this is what I would go off of right now. The weekly is a little more neutral looking. On the daily, I think this can push back up to highs up here. That's my opinion. If you set you a stop, if you decide to get in this and this doesn't break out, just set you a stop. Set you a stop just under where you want to enter. Go off the 15-minute chart here. You have had levels here held before. So 53.70. That could make sense for a stop loss. Yeah. Perfect. Look where that wick came in, got stopped, then you overcame that. This was previous levels back here in these days. You could use that for a stop loss. 53.40, somewhere in that neighborhood. Right. All right, that's it for hymns. What's up, Vincent? What's up, Deshaun? Yeah, INTC, that's not my baby. I'll look at it right fast. So you got this blowout move, right? You can see INTC has the ability to go much higher. Josh has had everybody in this for a while on leaps, I believe. I didn't play this. I just, you can only play so many things. Let's see here. 30. I feel you, Yannick. Yeah, sometimes you just, this set up a lot like Pepsi, guys. Give me 1 second. You guys remember Pepsi? Remember this? Here was your weekly. Check this daily accumulation. Almost the same setup, man. Almost the same setup. Let's go back here. INTC. It just remained in this consolidation for a lot longer. 18 to 25 range, something like that. It's on breakout mode. It just got that investment from the government, guys, from the United States. So weekly's pushing higher, pushing 70. Let's go 30-minute here. There's nothing here to stop this. At this point now, you're basically waiting on the dust to settle. I feel you, man. For the first job was Pepsi. Yeah, the dust needs to settle on this move, and it is the same thing as let's look at Oracle for a second. Right? You get this big blowout move, and it has to find a bottom. It has to find new support. Right now, 291. I think I told everybody if this lost 302, you could come on back down. So let's just get rid of my drawings for a second and look at something. Where was previous lows at? Back here. Up, back. Here was your first test of lows. Look where it tested today. 291.85 is support right now. 291.85. If you lose that, let's see here. Here you go. Here's your last shelf right there. It has began to print a nice volume shelf up here. You see? If you think, you go back and look at these previous shelves. These are almost identical except for this one bar here, this POC bar. So this is a good volume shelf up here. Very good volume shelf. Previous day low, previous week high, previous week low. They're not coming back to 225. I'd be highly surprised if this thing gives that move up, you know. Any kind of blowout candle gets like that. When it settles down, you're going to start finding new support. And if it can't hold it, then it was basically just a nothing burger, you know. INTC got the government got behind it with an investment, and then what happened? Nvidia got with it too. All right. Let's look at SPY. Alright, BBAI next, and then I'll look at Visa. I think I did BBAI the other day, Natasha, and liked it. Trip. Yeah, I'll do trip. Do you got? Can I show you something on SPY? Why it bounced here? It wasn't previous day lows or anything, but you see the consolidation points here to here, here to here. Top still here. Look at that. See that bounce off the top of all this structure here? That's why we bounced today. Your next level down would have been previous week high right here, which is the same as these past 2 days lows, which was testing it, right? Which was the same as this day's high. This start making sense? You align here, and then basically a line right in there. Boom. Make sense? Okay. SPY tomorrow. It's Friday. So far, this week's high is up here. So there's current week high, previous day high. As of right now, these will be my levels. $669.15, $659.15. Okay, here's your 3 levels down. We'll have to reanalyze this in the morning at pre-market. I would say overall today, I guess I would use today's high. $664.80. There you go. Okay. There's 4 levels on the SPY. I'm not going to give entry points right now. It's going to change in pre-market. If I was playing this right now, I would look for a bounce off of 661.80 or a break right there. Like this would be bounce or break. So any level, I think too many people put too much emphasis on when Josh says rejection level or breakout level. A rejection level or a breakout level are normally the same thing within a few cents, because if I come up to this level of highs and I get a large wick on a candle, then I'm going to treat this as rejection when it gets up to it and it can't go through it, back up, and then finally it'll start coming down. So, but if you start getting a candle to close over this level, then this level becomes a breakout level. And you say, well, how do you know that? Well, see that candle there reject off of this green line, whatever it was? That's a rejection candle. You'll get more, on the 5 minutes. Let's see when SPY rejected today. Even on the 5 minute, see that candle? Normally, that's how that will play out. This was not quite pre-market high, but it was really where pre-market high was. Technically, I guess on top of it was previous highs right here. Rejection off of 664.85. This would be a breakout level if it goes over it. That's all. That's all it is. And then it basically made its way down to value or to opening range high. Bounced, made a lower high. Back again to opening range high. This time it couldn't even get back. It was a lower high each time. So if you set there's your trend line, like that. Okay. So now SPY has to we'll see in the morning where pre-market ends up being. So that's how we'll go off that. All right. Chandler, I put that on the screen just a few minutes ago. RSI. Upper band is 60, lower band is 40. Nothing else gets changed. And I changed the colors on them. All right, good on the SPY. BBAI. Previous week low, previous week high, previous day low. Yeah, there was my breakout, Natasha. I already had it on there. That white line. 620. Again, as you start putting these things on your radar, if you kept BBAI, if that's a stock that you track, you'd be watching it on the daily. After you lost the signal line, you become on the lows, cross above the signal, back through 40. That puts you in down here. We want to buy support, right? And when we buy that support, this ran up, back tested this line. Back tested this line on this candle. Bounce. Back tested again. Bounce. 470 or 465 is your support down through here. This is on breakout mode. So close to getting to the zero line on the MACD. Okay. I think this goes to 7-11 pretty easy. Right here back to the POC. On this last upswing. That's what I think. Weekly. Never lost bullish hands. MACD remained above the histogram. This is trying to shoot back through your signal line and through 60 up here. So yeah, this could break on back out, break on back up. I also see a cup and handle on the weekly. Here you go. Here's your handle. Now you're looking for the run up. Breakout modes over 9 up here or something. 880. That goes and takes you to new all-time highs if it wants to go. Cool. I mean, ultimate target on BBAI be like $8, maybe $8.20, somewhere up in here. On the, I just showed you what to look at on the daily. On the weekly, this needs to complete through 60 on your RSI and get accompanied by a MACD cross up that takes you on back towards 8.25. That's a weekly. That could take a week or two to play out. Okay. You're welcome, Natasha. My God, my cat's driving me nuts. Chris, I don't have a set time. I just try to, whatever life allows. Whatever life allows, man. And then I'll post it. I'll try to post 10 or 15 minutes before I go live on Discord. I think I already looked at. Did I look at Palantir already? I said a few days ago I was watching. Oh yeah, right here. Yep, you just push through 60 on your RSI. This just cleared previous week high. Looks pretty bullish to me. That's the daily time frame. Weekly time frame, this is trying to scoot back. This held 60 on your weekly down here. Pulled back, held 60 on your RSI, bounced. Now the signal line, RSI is trying to cross your signal line again. I see 186 in the future. There you go, 186.75. And then we'll see if we can break all-time highs. Yep. Again. Yeah, Michael Bennett. Again, I'm just going to go back and say here was the buy. That puts you in down in this neighborhood. 840, you would be up almost 50% now. JAMF. That's the weekly time frame. This MACD is a long ways from the zero line, though, I will say. So this thing got way oversold on the weekly. And it is hot on the daily. I feel you, Deshaun. Yeah. Yeah, it had one pretty bad hourly candle and it completely recovered. Nina, somebody just asked for this. I've never played it. Okay. Guys, hang on just a second. My dad's calling. Hey, Daddy-o. Hey. Alright, sorry guys. Okay, where was we here? JAMF. This 1190 is your resistance right now. This is very bullish looking. The 2-day still up. Weekly has a long way to get to your 0 line, but it's pointing up. RSI is looking to go through 60. Again, guys, when you start watching this stuff, you got to start watching for this oversold territory. Put those on your radar, and then you can start filtering out some of the. Then you're not saying Oh, is this going to keep going? Because it's ran $8 to $12. That's the move I want. But this still looks bullish. It's a nice V-shaped recovery. I do like it. Okay. 1190 breaks, and you can get back towards 13 and 1480. That'd be what I would look for. Up here at these previous lows, 1480 makes perfect sense. There you go. Boom, right there. Okay. What's up, Love Cavs? How you, girl? Okay. I got a few more minutes here. UPS. I forgot about UPS. Oh, man. Historical lows on the 1 week. All right. Wow, she's beat down. Back over 87.25. This can go back up here to this $100 range. Okay, Vineyard. Let's check this out while we're on here. Okay. UPS. Let's go on the weekly. Now, come over here, guys. See this little emblem over here? Screener. Okay. I want to go here and hit this plus. And I want to go to technicals. And I'm going to say, where's the RSI? Okay. Add filter. I'm going to go highlight this and touch it once. I'm going to change this 1 day to a 1 week. And I'm going to say, show me where RSI is 30 and below on the 1 week. And I'm going to leave this chart over here on 1 week. And we can start saying stocks. If we could do price. Okay. Let's do between 50 up to 100 and apply. And it'll give you some different symbols here between those numbers under this. Okay? Like here's glob. I've had this on my radar a little bit. And you're going to start seeing, look at this RSI setup here. Then you can start putting this on your radar. Let's see glob when it gets back over 30 on the RSI. Set an alert. Okay. INSP. If we're interested in this. Oh, looky there. Let's see this when it gets back over 30. set me an alert. This INSP kind of looks like it's made a double bottom. Now, you can reset this and start going through some of these. You can find your own, you can do your own filters just by your watch list or what index they're in. If it's S&P 500. I was trying to get UPS to pop up. What is UPS under? This is NYSE. So, industry sectors, transportation. You can do all this. You can do it by market cap, and then 10 billion to 200 billion large market cap. So this is a handy tool. I love finding it with the RSI down here and then start screening what do I want. I can go by sort, ascending. There we go. You'll start going down through here finding stuff. Find out what you want to use for your filters. This is how I found Pepsi. I found Pepsi like this. I actually found Pepsi about a week before Josh did. Come up this way. You can use MACD, you can use RSI, you can use all kinds of good stuff, okay? And it'll help you find some of these plays where it's oversold. UPS is definitely oversold. So I watch UPS for a breakout over 88, 87.30, somewhere in that neighborhood, or previous highs at 89. And then I want to see if it gets back over the signal line back towards 40. So set an alert. And then we'll see if this MACD crosses up with it. All right. Okay, my friends. Okay. If you can see. Sophia, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Yep. So, yeah. All right. Oklo, and I'm going to wrap it up. Man. Where will it stop? Thanks, Michael Bennett. Oh. Not much I can say here. It's on a heater. She's on a heater. Just keeps on making new highs. Very bullish still. Nothing showing any weakness, guys. About $90 support. $96.90. $96.90 support. $90 support. And then you're just going to be waiting for breakout. Wow. Thanks, Rays. Thank you. Michael, how did you see Oklo and didn't see my message? I wrote through. I didn't see it, Mr. T. Oklo's on fire, man. Oklo's on fire. All right. Amazon killing UPS. It could be. Amazon had a heck of a rebound today. I just want you to look at something. I don't think I was able to get it, but I called it, said it looked good. Look at this, oversold, right? Oversold, back through signal line and 40. Reversal. Put you in Amazon right here today at 230. Reclaimed the 9 EMA. Pretty much held it the whole way up. 233, 3-point move. Guys, these RSI moves is where it's at. It's where it's at. Especially oversold. And then watch that MACD go with it. And she plays like butter. All right, my friends, I love you. Yeah, I look at Lulu. I'm in Lulu. I mentioned it, but I didn't call it, so I ain't going to take credit for it. And I'm going to go back to telling you why I'm in Lulu. By now, you should know. Thanks, Juan. You know why I'm in Lulu, baby. Whoop, 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 whoop. Look at there. Looky, looky, looky. I really do like their stretchy pants vineyard. So last time, this did create a move, right? Putting you in around in this neighborhood. 190.51. This ran 15 points back to 206. This was you have to eventually make your way through 50. 50 divides bulls and bears, okay? If you get it from being oversold and you get it through 40, your next stop is 50. It has to flip 50 to continue. Then you have to push 60 to get through resistance. That's how I think of it, okay? That's totally how I look at it and think about it. RSI on each level. So I like the look of Lulu right here. I'm up. I'm in shares because I didn't much care for the options on Lulu. And if this wants to rip back over 175, there's a heck of a gap all the way back towards this 197 area. So next stop, MACD will cross. This will shoot through 40 back to 50. We will bust this resistance right here and back up if this move is to continue. Lulu has had legs on it before. And if we go back to get rid of these drawings. Just want to get as close to I can to making sense out of a line. Okay. Previous resistance. Denied. Came back up. Broke. Retested it. Took off. Came down here. We broke under it. But immediately reclaimed it. This makes sense. 162 area. Fast forward. Where are we at? Bingo. Bango bongo. We need volume to step in. I need a good volume bar on the weekly. That's what I'd like to see. Okay? Get a turnaround story going on here. That would pay money. I would love Lulu 170 back up to 330. I'll take that, man. I'll take that. I'm in shares only. These are kind of expensive. So if I was going to do options on these, I've only got shares, Raj. So going and looking at the options, I don't think that I cared much for their options. I can't remember. Let's go to March. March of 26, the 170 calls. Add volume in here. There we go. Just not a lot of volume on them right now. But they're a little expensive. About $2,400 per contract. Now, let's look at it on a chart. On a 1 hour chart. These bad boys... Maybe it's not a bad idea now. Starting to get some. So, if this ran back anywhere near those previous lows, we could pick these up for 2,400. The gap was up here. You could sell these around 4,700. Almost 100% move if this went from here. So this isn't bad. They're just a little pricey. You got to see what you like. The Delta, I think it's the Delta on the 180s. It's pretty good. The open interest on the 200 strikes are pretty nice. So have to figure out what kind of cost basis you got, and then they seem decent. I looked a few days ago and wasn't crazy about them, so they might be starting to pick up some volume here, pick up some interest in them. Okay. Thanks, Panther. Yeah, so these March, they don't have too bad of a spread for that far out. 60 cents on the 170s. Something like this, I would do a limit order and try to get the mid or the bid price, get a decent feel. That's what I would try to do on Lulu. If you're playing this closer, and we went to October 31st. I don't like those either. Well, now these Decembers, the December 170s, don't look bad. These are around 1,800 each. Around 1,800 each. You could see if they got back up in this direction, 3,300 for selling points, maybe 4,000. So it's not a bad look. Maybe. That's the December 19th. So I'm not the best with picking out these leap contracts. I would probably run it by Josh first before I did it. If I decide to go into leaps with them, I'll let y'all know. I'll post everything. I don't like bull NC rocks. I looked at it earlier. I don't like it at all. I'll look at snap. Pamela, thank you. Come back. I'll give my spiel before I do snap. If you want to support me, you can hit the description in the video. The very top link, if you're not in the Discord yet, or if you are in the Discord, you want to let your sub run out and resub under mine, you can do so. That supports me big time. I like the look of snap on the daily. You're through 60 now, firing through the zero line. This looks pretty good on the daily. Probably back to 10.40 on this, $10.40, something like that. Okay. Again, down here was the buy. Down in this range, working your boy back to 40. When you get to 40, you're looking for breakout. Breakout was over 740. Over 740s pushed you to 850. This is just a low cost stock, so it's not going to move huge. You could get back up here to 1050 easily. Very bullish looking right now. Yep. All right. I like it. I like snap pretty good. Looks good. All right. All right, my friends. I'm going to call it right there. Thank you. What the crap? They have a split or something back here? They have a stock split back here? Yep, I knew it. I knew this chart didn't look right. That's hard to chart. Okay. I must have just done this for somebody. Breakout over 220 over 2240. Breakout over 2240, Raj. $20 support. And the daily RSI is very neutral. This could range here for a little while till this picks up enough steam. Okay. Best I got on that one. That's a little difficult. That split makes it harder. You could even say your support line is all the way down here at 1850 also. Right there on the volume profile. 1857, 1850, 1860. Makes sense. Okay? There you go. Parker alerted October 17th, $25 strikes. Parker's good with swings, you know. Thanks, Dale. Josh said if it'll hold 22, then play to 28 and up. It's not got to 22 yet. Maybe he means if it'll close over 22. Yeah, which is about what I got, 2240. I can see that. Closing over 22, I would even say 2240. That's your next biggest shelf. That could lead you back towards 25 area. Yep. Okay. I gave everybody Tesla when it was breaking out on these free charting nights. There was your wedge pennant, I guess you call it, right there. There was the breakout. Daily RSI stayed here until it broke through 60. Break it through 60. Give you that candle was a breakout candle. Breakout was over 357.80. And then breakout was over 366.90 or so. Okay. Now $404.50. $404.50 and $415. Somewhere in that neighborhood to be your support. Been in a pretty good range here. Yeah. Yep. It's cooling off, man. Cooling off. Daily RSI is going to give you a pullback. See how you interact with the signal line. Over 430. This thing's back to all-time highs at like 480. Pretty easily. I did call this the whole way up through here once it broke out of that pennant. Thanks, Ricky. Jaguar. Hopefully that helps on Tesla, guys. I'm killed. Go get you some rest. I'll try to come on early for pre-market. And again, if you want to support me, hit the description in the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you want to subscribe to the Discord with my link, it's the top link. If you want coaching, the email's in there. Good night, and I love you very much. Don't forget, be good to each other. Help each other. Love you. Peace.